All right. Hey guys, it's TJ and Brad from Susie's Sweet Shop. So we've owned Susie's Shortbreads for 12 years now. It's a bakery on the east coast of Canada, and we've decided to start doing a business vlogging segment of our YouTube channel to kind of put ourselves out there to, give you guys some advice on business, or even just to share our story, let you guys know us a bit more. Answer some questions that we've been asked many times over the years since we've been at this for quite a while. And also give you guys an opportunity that if you are an aspiring entrepreneur and you want to start your own business, anything that you might be wondering, what to do or how we went about doing things to launch our business, and that could potentially help you with, following your entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, and to add to that, if you do have questions or you're trying to work through something and you want some advice, we'd be more than happy to give you some of our thoughts. I mean, it might not be the greatest thing, but
I'll tell you, one of the biggest resources we've had over the years, owning a business, we've gotten to know a lot of other small business owners in the city, and it's been great having a sounding board that when you have, a problem or a question, that you have someone that you can go and bounce ideas off of.
Or a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, or a shoulder to cry on, exactly. So it is good to have that type of resource in your life. So maybe you're not in a situation where you do have someone that you can call on, and so we're putting this out here to help anyone who might be looking to start a business and might have some questions. So if you do have any, you can shoot us an email, you can comment on any of our social media channels, each time we come back and do our vlogs, we'll do our best to answer as many questions as we can within the topics and themes that we're going to be doing. So today we're just going to be sharing with you a little history of who we are, where we came from, and what the history of Susie's is, how we started the business, and that'll be it for our first segment.
Okay. Did you want to go first or you want me to?
Take her away.
So I'm Brad. I grew up in a rural community in Nova Scotia, about 10 minutes outside of a little small town called Amherst, where I was, your average teenage country boy. Worked on my uncle's farm growing up. Got some really good work ethic from that. And also, experienced life in a sheltered community like Amherst. And moved to the big city. And then about...
I don't know that I call Halifax a big city, but I guess to a country boy it is.
All right.
It's not Toronto.
So basically you've got the country boy and the city girl.
So I am born and raised in Halifax, just to make that make sense.
So both of us have very strong work ethics, and both have worked both in the corporate world and ourselves. I had some businesses growing up. As a kid, I was DJing, I refereed and stuff like that, and that was sort of, not big business, but enough to get my feet wet and get that desire to become an entrepreneur.
Get the wheels turning.
And I always felt that I was a problem solver, and that I also was like, not logistics, but just more about fulfillment and things along those lines. Like, I was a guy, when you couldn't figure it out, you come to me and I would say, okay, put a piece of duct tape here, put something there, and then hopefully it works. And sometimes it would and sometimes it wouldn't.
It's amazing how guys fix everything with duct tape, isn't it?
Yeah. So that said, so I went to school, became a graphic designer, and started working, creating pretty pictures for a living. And then I found my beautiful wife, TJ, and we were together for a few years before we started the idea of Susie Shortbreads.
Yeah. So I, again, was born and raised in Halifax. I'm a St. Mary's graduate twice over, so I did go and did my Master of Business Administration. And I'll just say, doing your MBA and then going and telling your family that you're going to bake cupcakes and cookies for a living, you're going to get some looks and some, let's just say there's a little judgment there. But let's just say that they're not laughing anymore.
No, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say judgment. I think they were a little concerned.
Yeah.
I think this is to TJ's credit because she has had such great vision and still has such great vision for our company and helps us evolve all the time. And I think that people at first, when they hear the idea at that point of time, were like, "What do you mean? Like, how is this going to be a viable business? Like, how can you do it without selling bread or more traditional items like a traditional bakery would be? How can you specialize so much in a market and survive?"
And we were the original cupcake shop in Halifax, so this was a brand new concept to Haligonians when we came into the market. There weren't any, cupcake only bakeries that existed. Like when we opened our store, all we sold were cupcakes and cookies, nothing else. That's it. And, people didn't really understand it. So it was a little hard for, family and friends to really grasp and get behind until they saw proof of concept.
Yeah, as soon as we opened even before we opened the doors, we had some great support from our families. And I don't want you to think that our families thought we were like wing nuts or something like that. No, they think that now.
Yeah, exactly. I think that now.
But, they were very supportive, and they were supportive. We had a lot of great friends that were very supportive, helping us getting our doors open. But we'll talk about more of the vision and the branding and aspects in our next video. But we're just going to talk about how did we get to that decision on creating a storefront and taking our little hobby business that we did at the farmers market on the weekends and turn it into a business.
Yeah. So I'll just go back a little bit more and give you a bit more of my history. I came from a market research background, so I was the operations manager for a market research facility. I was doing that for about 6 years, and during that time is when I actually started Susie's, but it was just a hobby business. I was doing cookies only at the time, and it was just a hobby. We were going to the farmers market on the weekends. And how that even came about in the first place was my mom has this amazing shortbread recipe, which I'm hoping most of you have tried by now. And, every year she was going with these boxes and boxes of cookies. And every year the stack was getting higher and higher. And I just said to her, "Where are you taking all these cookies?" And she was taking them, like so many people were requesting them from her, that I thought, oh no, you're not going to keep giving those away. I'm going to market those. They're going to have to buy them from now on. And she thought I was completely crazy or joking. And a few days later, we were creating logos and, the whole concept of what Susie's would be. And the next weekend, we headed off to the farmer's market. And that's how it all started. So going from this hobby business, I was still in the corporate world, still had a full-time job. So, there wasn't any reason to be pursuing it beyond a hobby at that point in time. But what happened was when I was about 6 months pregnant with our daughter, I was told that our facility was going to be shut down. So here I was, 6 months pregnant, was about to be out of a job. So, I had this cute little side business or hobby business, and I was about to have a year of maternity leave that I could take with our daughter. So I used that time to really do my own research to figure out, do I want to go back to the corporate world, or do I want to, invest into this cute little side business we have and see if we can really make a go of it. And, so I got to use that time to really delve into that. And since we're here over 12 years later, I guess you know which decision we decided to go.
Yeah, and I think the key thing here is that TJ mentioned it to me the first time. I'm like, okay, sure. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I I was a little skeptical at first, like I am with every idea she kind of brings forward to me, because she brings a lot of ideas forward to me, and sometimes I'm like, sorry, I
am the ideas person, okay?
My brain is a little full today, come back tomorrow. But when we first started, it picked off, and it was very rewarding, and it still is very rewarding because of the amount of people we've made and the connections we've made. And I think the most rewarding thing for me is seeing people that we did their wedding, and then we did their baby announcement for them. Then we did their child's first birthday, their second birthday.
Yeah, their baby shower. And
now, not to make myself feel old or anything, now they're graduating high school.
They're not graduating high school if they were just born 12 years ago.
Well,
but yes,
there are some people in different stages of that we've met them in different stages, and some of the little kids that were cute and adorable now are grown young adults, and it's, it really warms my heart to see that, and to be able to touch people's lives like that. And I think with Susie's, that was one of the key things we wanted to do. One of the key things that we wanted to do, besides just be this cute and fancy cupcake shop, was we wanted to touch people's lives. And I think that by doing that, we have been able to, go through some very highs, some lows, and some other points in betweens. But, I think that we've worked very hard, and we appreciate everybody who supported us from day one. Without those people, or without you guys, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about business. We would probably be in the loony bin. But one of the things we did want to mention about is, if you are thinking about starting a business, what type of commitment you're able to give, and about being honest with yourself. So take it away. No? Okay. So
well, there's certain qualities you have to have in order to be an entrepreneur. There's nothing easy about running your own business. In our case, we were going from a two earning family down to a single earning family, and hoping that the venture that I was embarking on, we weren't going to lose everything, because it was all of our own hard-earned money. Yeah. We invested everything into this business. Yeah,
we put the house on the line. We put, everything that we had, everything that we saved up to that point went into the business to start it.
Yep.
We borrowed money from the bank in order to finance all of it. And that's what we did. We said, we basically said, if we're going to do this, we have to...
It's ride or die.
Yeah, for us,
we're going all in, or...
Yeah, we knew it was a commitment. For us, if we were going to take it from the hobby business to a full-time business, you need to have skin in the game, as they say.
Yeah.
And that's not everything for everybody, right?
It's not an easy thing to do.
Us both relying on the business is scary, because some days we have really great sales days, and some days we have a snowstorm and no sales coming at all.
Yeah. And let's just say too that Brad continued his corporate job for the first, was it 3 years? 3 years. Well, basically not until we opened our second location. Yeah. After we opened our second location, things were going really well, and it just became too much for me to handle on my own. It was a lot going on, because we were in tremendous growth, and we were doing very well at the time, and I needed some more support in order to be able to be running 2 locations, and the amount of volume and everything that we were doing at the time. So at that point in time is when we decided that Brad was going to leave his corporate job and come into the business full time.
Yeah. And the other thing too is you have to be honest with yourself. I mean, I'll be honest that I am not the world's best decorator. Over the years, I've practiced a lot, and I've learned how to decorate.
He has learned how to decorate.
And I'm able to fill in tight pinches. But I know where my strengths are, and I know where TJ's strengths are, and we complement each other very well, which we're very fortunate that we have each other to lean on. Yeah. And we're pretty honest with each other. If she asks me to do something that I'm not comfortable with, then I say no. That's something that's outside of what I think I can do and do at the level that we need it in order to be successful with.
Then I ask him again.
Then she asks me again. But in all honesty, you have to understand what you're good at and what you're not.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not going to be the person that goes into the cupcake shop every day and tries to decorate everything, because even though I could do it, I'm not the most efficient with that. Like, my time would be better served with helping customers, looking after, making sure that we have supplies, have all the logistics part of our business looked after. While TJ looks at, okay, what new products can we do? What are we going next with it? What's going on in social media? How can I grow this market? How can I grow that market?
Staying on top of accounting and finances and making sure that the business is still running behind the scenes.
So we complement each other very well that way. And it's great because we're very lucky, but we also are very honest to each other. And sometimes it might be a little too honest and feelings get hurt, but then, we make up, kiss, and everybody's happy again.
So it is very important that you are able to delegate. You can't do everything yourself as much as you want to. It is important as a business owner that, you kind of are the jack of all trades, because there's no thing in your business that isn't your responsibility. Like, every single thing falls on your shoulders. But it is important to figure out where your strengths and weaknesses lie, and then delegate the things to other people who are more talented, or their time is better spent on those tasks.
Yeah, and we are very fortunate, and we've always been very fortunate. We've had some very amazing people work for us. I mean,
Great.
We wouldn't have got to where we're at without the amazing people that have been a part of our team now and in the past. Every
person who's worked for us has contributed to the business in some way, and we're eternally grateful to everyone who has, whether it ended good or not.
Yeah, and I think we've learned a lot, but without people, the support of our team, I don't think we'd be able to do what we do, right? Because it would just be me and her in the kitchen. We would have been divorced by now.
Probably.
She probably would have been on America's Most Wanted for killing me or something. But it's good to have people that you can rely on, and we are very lucky about that. Both family and our employees.
Yeah.
So that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I think we've rambled on enough. If you liked what we said and you want to see some more, hit the like button below. Hit subscribe. If you have any questions for us, shoot them into the comments down below. We'll do our best to answer them. TJ will probably answer them if they're writing, because she's the writer. I can't write it up. If I write the response, you won't.
You won't understand it. But basically, we're going to try to use this vlog session to answer any questions that you guys may have. So please, any questions you have for us, leave down below in the comments, or you can shoot us an email or a question on any of our social media channels as well. So,
Cheers.
Cheers. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Hopefully, if you like what we're doing here, what we're trying to do here, subscribe to our channel so you get all of our new videos when they come out. And
our next one is going to be about our vision and the brand. So TJ will talk about how she came up with the vision and what did she model Susie's after, and now I'm going to talk about how we chose what we did for
our corporate branding,
color structure, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you liked it. Like we said, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. So leave us some comments to say that you're out there in the cyberspace somewhere.
Let us know we're not just talking to ourselves, please.
Well, anyway, thanks guys, and have a great night. We'll chat with you soon.
Chat with you soon. Thanks.